Hello, everybody. It is Jed Freelance. We are back into Final Fantasy XI. Hope you guys had a good week. It's a Friday night, and today actually was pretty good. I ended up finishing up, for the most part, the body of my roommate's desk, and it's going to turn around into tomorrow. It's going to be figuring out how the room needs to get rearranged to make things work. Once that's done, then I can work on getting like the drawers and stuff finished up on it, and that'll be kind of nice. Spent a good a few hours today playing Elite Dangerous, and getting through all of the bookmarks that I wanted to, which was really nice. I found out that, so I had gone through and had made bookmarks for every location I had been in ED Discovery. The problem was that I was not aware, and I wonder if the dev doesn't know, for co-op, for the Copilot program, you can put in manual bookmarks. The problem is that I didn't know that it was actually making duplicate bookmarks every time I did it. It just said, such and such a place is already in our bookmarks. You know, it already has a bookmark or something. So as I was going through it, I kept running into these issues of, I would go to a system, I check it out, I put it in the categories that I want, and then I would leave, and then it still showed up in the list I'd made. I was like, why is that? And then I realized, oh, it's got duplicates. I thought the program was bugged or something. I was like, what am I doing wrong? So I went through there, and I didn't have a whole lot of problems after that. It was awfully nice. So able to get that all done. So when we get back onto that get back into that on Tuesday, we will be going through more or less fresh systems, you know. So that'll be kind of fun. Today we are back in here for the Bastok missions. And if I remember correctly, last time we got started and we found out that there was a supposed uprising that was going to happen. Didn't actually happen. And then the senator that we were working for got killed. And we think that it actually was a Tomberry assassin, which is kind of interesting to hear about. But we've essentially been starting to work with the Mithril Musketeers on what's been going on. So we're going to get back into that. I went ahead and prepped early today. We're already in the past. I've already got sigils, so we can just kind of jump right on into it. Oh, I did want to do this, though. We want to go... Boop. We're going to go ahead and talk to Gentle Tiger here. Going to skip that, because that's not important. Back again? Jeth, just the gentleman I wanted to see. There's something that we would like to ask you regarding your relationship with the late Senator Warner. Would you accompany me, please? Uh-oh. Jeth is here to see you, Captain. Give me 1 second here. I want to look something up. Thank you, Nicholas. Zeed and Volker's investigation turned it into a link between you and the Senator. I think you have some explaining to do. So, this interesting turn of events actually put you in the employ of Senator Warner. And Senator's plans for the Hitzofhut you received from the Goblin? You were left in the dark as to its intent? I see. The Hitzofhut in question was found during a search of the late Senator's office. This instrument is used as a tool to communicate with the Antika, the beastmen that inhabit the desert region of Kazatz. We believe it is connected somehow with Senator Warner's assassination. The senator had hired the services of a certain mercenary organization. Engelhart, the man who acted as an intermediary between you and Senator Warner, was one of these hired soldiers. And mistakenly believed to be a part of this organization, you were sent to acquire the Ixfut. It has also come to our attention that you were threatened by Chairman Pale Eagle. And can you substantiate that claim? You say this note was pressed into your hand by a Gaga unknown to you. This is valuable evidence. If we have the letter examined, we may be able to determine the author. If that note has anything to do with Chairman Pale Eagle, then it becomes evidence in the conspiracy case to incite unrest among the Gullican citizens. In which case, I request said evidence be surrendered to the military police. Conspiracy case? Gumbo and Worry were absolved of all charges. I thought that matter had been laid to rest. Not completely. That is why I insist on attending these impromptu hearings. Well, this is a quandary. How should we handle this, Captain? Officer Dieter. Though our objectives differ, we each share our duty to serve the Republic. I have no intention of withholding valuable information. However, this note may be pivotal to our investigation. We must have the right and examined immediately. If, in spite of our situation, you feel the need to appropriate the evidence, then I must insist that you lodge an official written request. Very well, you will be hearing from my superior. Your cooperation is appreciated. If there's anything else you recall, please contact the Mithril Musketeers. Yes, ma'am. Aren't you the one who assisted Nicholas in solving the mysteries behind Senator Warner's death? Okay, Zach, take your time, please, by all means. Seems like the Mithril Musketeers have their hands full dealing with the security office and the military police. I was just passing through. I really must be going. He's troublesome. Okay, so let's go talk to Engelhart now. Because we need some answers. Oh, there's a Farius Coffin. Okay. For those of you who don't remember, that was one of the trusts that was actually really useful to get. What is it, Jeff? I'm a little preoccupied right now. Were you followed? Of course not. The Mithril Musketeers have yet to learn of my involvement. What are the base and the Eldium? Lower your voice. Base is secure. If we deal with matters promptly, there won't be a problem. Tread carefully. I always do. Well. My. It was kind of blatant that I was just standing there. It's like, there's a guy up behind you. You know. So we're gonna go ahead and run back to. We need to go off to the Eldium Necropolis apparently. So. Okie dokie. Off to Eldium Necropolis. Okay, we need to go here, and we need to go to the Revolon front. Eldium Necropolis. Akaki! Please, come on in. Just get back into missions. Now, we need to go to G9, so the whole center, G9, da da da. It's weird walking through these dungeons and knowing that for a good chunk of them, they actually, in this era, they're actually, you know, NPC safe locations. Not to mention that everything here is kind of still strongly done. There's still coffins and stuff everywhere. Let's get one. Get out a healer just in case. That was going to be the case. Oh, these are cool. So when you're here in the present day, the engravings are all smudged. A lot of them are broken. A lot of them are rubble. Look at these. These are actually like really intricate stuff. And you actually see the how they're actually built in things. Huh. Welcome, Uta. Okay, so. Okay, it says, go to the southern room and fall down the center hole, follow the path, and then make a left turn at the fork and go up the stairs. I fell in the right spot, I'm assuming, so. Okay, here we are. All right, you ninnies. Oh, it missed. Heck, damn it. I hate that at times it seems that even as high geared as I am compared to everything else, I still miss. take a left turn at the fork and go up the stairs. Here we are. Now we have orcs here. So we need to deal with them. Scholar testimony, huh? Do I have a scholar's testimony? I think I do. Gotta keep it. Storage, I think? Hey, I don't have scholars, which is nice. By the way, I also should get around to actually doing some of these. So I could do the warrior one. And I could do ninja. Okay, enter the room to the north at I-7. And we're gonna look at one of these. Okay. There's a sarcophagus here. You hear an odd skittering sound coming from beneath the sarcophagus. Hey, what do you think you're doing down here? An odd sound, you say? I don't hear anything except your impending doom. This place is dangerous. I suggest you make tracks. Oh! Antica. What in the... Oh! Petrified them. What in the world? Don't try me, Buggy. Oh, and there's Zeed. Nicely done, big guy. And Antica? How did it get in here? You're one of Senator Warner's hired swords, aren't you? Let's hear what you have to say about this. So the Mithril Musketeers finally tracked us down. I knew Englehart was getting sloppy. Antica was being held here in order by the Senator. By order of the Senator? I believe that an awesome military might of the Antican Empire could be harnessed for the war effort. An alliance with those butchers? Even the ambitious Senator would not suggest such madness. It's true that the slumbering legions of the Antica are so incredibly vast that their numbers could easily tip the balance of this conflict. To have dealings with the ancestral enemies of the Galka. There was no idealistic plan to negotiate the Antica's integration into the allied forces of Altana. Senator Warner meant to control the Ant-Man using an improved version of the Hexfut. This prisoner was nothing more than a test subject. Good goddess. No such abomination will take place while I have the strength to wield a blade. Oh, it's still alive. Warcloud, no! Never speak that name again, Volker. We must treat the beastman as if we could any prisoner of war. Besides, it barely has the strength to... Now it's dead. Do not underestimate the Antica. They are bred to be killing machines. Your precious ethics and morals do not exist for Antican soldiers. One tiny slip, and they would turn on us without the slightest hesitation. You understand their nature well, Galka. There's little point in taking defeated Antica as prisoners. Even should they manage to return to their homeland, a fate crueler than death awaits them. And the Senator wished to control such unfeeling monsters. It's hardly surprising that President Prian and Chairman Pale Eagle chose to oppose this reckless plan. The President knew of this? It seems quite a few things escaped your notice, Musketeer. Perhaps you should discuss it with him upon your return. A lot more to this. Holy cow. My apologies for tailing you, Jedith. Your ties to this mercenary organization were our best lead. Musketeers were actually well aware of Englehart's position as an intermediary. It was in our best interest to allow him to operate unhindered, at least until we had what we needed. To be honest, we began to doubt your integrity when you spoke with him again. However, that female agent seems to have no idea who you were. You obviously had no deeper connection with this whole affair than the one you described. Once again, I apologize for our suspicions. I never would have believed the Senator capable of something like this. We must report to the captain at once. Well. So here's the fun thing, is that if you run through to E, we should end up back in the entrance. Run up these stairs. Oh, come and get me, you sillies. We end up in a tunnel that drops down. It's the entrance. Okay, now I warp back. talk to Gentle Tiger again. Not about that. You're free to pass. Captain Clara is waiting. Statement made by Eaglehart matches those of the mercenaries we detained. Here's you were telling the truth. To be honest, until now, we weren't completely convinced by your tale of coincidences. And I would warn you against sticking your neck out where it's likely to get chopped off. But it seems your brand of recklessness was necessary to solve this case. Perhaps I should have given you command of the investigation in the first place. Captain! Merely a jest, Volker. Ah, Volker and Zede. How goes the investigation? President Priyan, and now that you ask, there are certain matters involving the Antica. Mr. President, perhaps I can be of assistance here. Considering present company, perhaps we should postpone this discussion? That won't be necessary. There is nothing to hide. This way, please, Mr. President, Chairman Pale Eagle. There's a plan proposed by Senator Warner following the assault on Port Bastock. The Antica! Correct. Just think of the possibilities an army of unbreakable morale and overwhelming numbers could provide. Unthinkable. You must be aware of the horrors the Galkan people have suffered at the hands of those creatures. I must side with the chairman on this. It may well be possible to manipulate the Antica with the technology you describe, especially if the chief engineer lends you his expertise. However, even if you manage such a feat, what if they were to ever break free of your control? The risks are too high. With the fate that lies before us, how can we not be prepared to take that risk? The invincible armada of the 3rd Division, the pride of the Republic, is still languishing in an unrepaired port, while the Fighting Fourth has been all but decimated in the Battle of Gromberg. You mean to sit by idly by as this devastation reigns upon us? I understand your concerns, Senator. However, please consider the situation. Should the suggestion become public knowledge, can you imagine the outcry from our Galkan citizens? I shall speak plainly, President Priyan. Are you really in a position to plan around the delicate feelings of the Galka? Senator! Simply countering fear of the enemy will do nothing to improve our fortunes in this war. And siding with them is trying to make mortal enemies your allies is not a good thing. 99% of the time. The senator went ahead with his plan regardless, I see. President Priyan. Mr. President, I must speak with you regarding the recent Republic Defense Council and Chairman Pale Eagle's... You are free to voice your concerns. Continue. Senator of Mining, Derek Karst, requests a meeting of department representatives to officially dismiss Chairman Pale Eagle from his position of office. We've confirmed the threats made by the chairman against the Senator of Defense. That information should still be under investigation. We've just had word from the security office that the writing in Jed's note matches that of the chairman's secretary. However, we discovered the secretary had already been apprehended by the 2nd Division military police. Already apprehended? Yes, Captain. Apparently the secretary admitted to obstructing Senator Warner's movements. Military police confirmed our evidence without our authorization? And they called the security office. There are many in the Republic who supported the late senator. They probably wish to deal with the matter internally. Then we must act quickly. But now we have this business with Senator Karst and the chairman's resignation. We have no way of preventing knowledge of this situation from reaching the general public. Damn it. Does my father even realize how this makes me look? The investigation committee has issued a summons for Chairman Pale Eagle's immediate presence. Very well, I will present myself for this committee without delay. Do not be concerned for me, President Priyan. I shall accompany you. Richter Karst? I have the utmost faith in you, Will. I'm trying to remember where Karst is from, because I've heard of Karst before. I don't remember how it's related with Bastok. Senator Warner and Chairman Pale Eagle have sought to undermine each other at every opportunity. Is it possible that Tonberry Assassin was recruited as a pawn in our nation's political struggles? Nicholas, what are you saying? It's just a theory. A game theory. Had to make that pun. Now is not the time to encourage such inflammatory speculation. I served under Chairman Pale Eagle when he held the position of legatus. There's still a good number of Galkan soldiers in the Republic Army that respect his word. Senator Warner commanded a similar number of supporters, I would imagine. Military police concerned me the most. I only hope they refrain from further inciting the Galkan populace. I'm rather worried about the meeting of department representatives. What could the senators be planning? This talk is getting us nowhere. The most effective action we take as Mithril Musketeers is to uncover the facts as soon as possible. I must return to guarding the president. Return to your duties. Yes, ma'am. Already got an itchy nose again. You did well. Allow me to escort you outside. Chairman Pale Eagle had been behind the assassination? To the uproar this information reached the people. Now the military, police, and the senators seem to be acting deliberately to achieve such chaos. Matters have taken a dastardly turn. Chief Sturm? You must have mistaken me for someone else. Sturm, what are you doing? My gosh. How could Chairman Pale Eagle be a suspect in an assassination cast? What is this nation coming to? By the way, I heard from Operations Division Chief of Staff, Idelheim Sturm, that the Mithril Musketeers have employed you as an assistant detective. Even Captain Clara has come to rely on your talents, judging by how often she's asked for you by name. Keep up the great work. At least I turned you around. Okay. So, now that we've done that, we actually need to go talk to Blatherix. Apparently. Ain't you the assistant detective working with the Mithril Musketeers? They're important customers of mine, which means now you are, so are you. And I like to keep my customers happy. Gives me an elixir. Wait 1 game day and rezone after completing Burden of Suspicion before starting this quest. Okay, we're off to go level something. I believe we were playing Dancer last time. Let's go ahead and continue that. I think we had been in Crawler's Nest. I don't remember what level we got to. I think we got to 41 or 42. Something along those lines. Bumblebee. 41. So we're gonna go back to Crawlers and level up 2 to 3 more levels if we can, and then head off to Esha for our final bit of leveling. So once we get to level 46, we'll have a new dagger that we can use, which will be nice. That'll improve our damage output. We need to go to mines. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the book here. Page 1. And pull out the trusts. Oh, yes, we can also equip ourselves a ring again. Dash and bash. Slash and bash. You could just say. Yeah, why not? Oh, quest. Ghosts and guest astral. Okay. Anyway. Where'd you people go off to? You ran through the wall. What the heck? Oh well. I'm trying to remember when, because there's a time when you get a new samba, which is Haste Samba. I don't remember when that happens. I do like being able to regenerate some TP. That awfully nice. I'm gonna run this way, and we're gonna get that last crawler, and the page resets. Oh, nice. Someone got 11. Well done, Kotara. Okay, we're going to get another corner over here, and then we're going to head back and finish another page on the way back. Page begins anew. Sorry, getting some yawns. Level 45. Do I gain new abilities for 45? There's a Hey Samba. Ah. We get Curing Waltz 3. We get Violent Flourish, which stuns target with a low rate of success. Timed that well enough. Okay. Now we can head back and we can jump into Esha Zeta for just a short bit. Sorry if I'm moving around a bunch. My lower back is still kind of stiff. Ugh. back into this dreary place. Now we're not going to be hanging around here with the worms and the leeches. I'm gonna head off to the crawler section, which is, I think, warp 3. Wall of fire. Yep. Oh, yeah, I don't have any TP. Of course I don't. Lets me put on the bone knife. And the mithril. And the mithril. And the sword belt. Oh no! I mean, you did warn me, which was awfully nice of you. I'm only foolish on the weekends. I'll have you know. Try to be a respectable person during the week. Last night went pretty well. I ended up just getting stuff done and kept going. Today I went in and was able to go through the rest of the bookmarks that I had set apart. Was able to figure out the problem I was having with Copilot. Yeah, so everything got organized how I kind of wanted, and we'll be able to go to fresh to fresh systems from here on out. It's nice. Yeah, I'm gonna start looking at stuff to at least start making up a list of things that I need to get to start engineering stuff. So I can go like, okay, here's the list, here's all the things I can get, and then work my way towards trying to get like certain engineers unlocked and get them leveled up and all that jazz. I know that I ended up looking at a lot of the basic ones. Honestly, Material Helper is actually really nice on showing like the tiers of how you unlock engineers. It's like, here's the ones you start with, here's the ones that'll go next. It just kind of goes down the tree. It's awfully nice to look at. I'm very happy about it. So I didn't have to go like, which ones can I unlock now? No. Okay, let's attack. So the problem was, the issue I was having with Copilot previously is that as I was going, there's a setting you can set that every time you go to a location, every time you go to a system, it'll bookmark it for you, and then you have category groups you can put them into. So there's one for the engineers, there's ones for Colonia, there's ones for mining and asteroid belts and combat, all that jazz. You can put additional ones in. The problem is that when I went through ED Discovery, went through all the systems I had been to since I had started playing, I started putting them in because you can manually put them in. You just have to put in the system name properly. Well, a bunch of them, when I put it in, it said this is already in your bookmark. So I was like, oh, okay. What I was not made aware of, is that I could put those in, and it puts a duplicate into the system. So I had multiples of the same system, but they didn't get like combined or anything like that. So the issue I was having is that whenever I went to a system that I had, I'd go there, I'd check to see what it was, I'd say, okay, there's geo and bio stuff to scan here. Let's go ahead and put that into a category by itself, as well as a system of I've been here before. And then I would leave it, and then I'd go back into the untitled, the uncategorized ones, and the system would still be there. I was like, what's going on? Turns out it was a secondary duplicate that was there that was messing me up without me knowing. So I ended up going through all the stuff that I've been using category-wise, sorted everything by name, and then deleted all the ones that I actually did not have any history with. So that was decent. So got that through. So yeah. But it's also nice because I'm able to look at all this, because I ran into like 20. I've run into like half of the star systems I've run into are only stars. They don't have anything else in the system. It's occasionally it was. I think there was one system, a singular like dwarf star or something. That was just a star. There was literally nothing else. Everything else has had at least a space station or an outpost or something, kind of in orbit. But running into binary stars and stuff like that. So I set those into a new category of itself that's just stars only systems. So, but yeah, kind of annoying because I'm still in the bubble. Yep, all that jazz. Yeah, I can imagine, and that'll be kind of fun to do. But I do want to get stuff set up and get things engineered so I can do that. I'm not sure what all I'll need in terms of just kind of getting better jump range. I would assume that I'm going to need to get engines and FSD. I'm not sure what other modules I need to get engineered for that necessarily. And a Guardian Booster. Now, is Guardian Boost... Now, why the Guardian Booster? What's special about the Guardian Booster rather than just... Is that just the type of booster, or does the Guardian actually give extra stats? Because I've seen that there's different grades and then there's Guardian. A flat stack of 10... Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, cool. As of right now, I think I do like 37 or something. I do like a jump of 37 or something like that. So anyway, we're going back into the. We'll go back into the story again. Now I'm going to do a little different, think about this, because I have to do it by going... I have to zone into markets from North Gustaberg for a cutscene that begins the quest. So we do Gustaberg, but we just do the northern... I still have to run from there, but yeah. Anyway, I have several things I have to do this weekend. I need to help my roommate kind of reorganize his room to get things going. I have laundry to do. I want to categorize some stuff, and I need to do a little bit of organization because there's just things that are kind of jumbled at the moment. They need to get fixed so they are actually... They just make more sense and benefit everybody in the house. So here's the funny thing: I'm not the landlord of the house. I'm just one of the roommates. I'm one of the tenants. So, but the landlord is kind of one of us. So. Yeah, so I gotta do all that stuff. I did have a question, though. I was going to try and get an Asp, just so I could see the difference between the Mandalay and the Asp. There's two Asp versions. There's a Scout. There's an Asp Scout and an Asp Explorer. Is there a difference between the two? Like, what is the difference between the two? Is one got, like, more storage space to it? Is it more combat effective? Well, this music's kind of nice. Okay, back in for the cutscene. Hear me, my fellow Galka. Far too long have we lived under the oppressive rule of the Humes. And in the names of their twisted justice, at this very moment, one of our own is being accused of a crime he did not commit. We all know this hero's name, do we not? Pale Eagle! Will we stand by and watch as Pale Eagle suffers the same humiliation to which our comrades Weary and Gumba were subjected? No, we will not! I thank you, my brothers. Your support is indispensable in this dark hour. It is time. Time for the Galkan race to rise up and break free from our shackles. Just like the time when the hero Darksteel Hurricane stood up against the tyranny of the Humes so many years ago. What is the meaning of this? Unauthorized public gatherings are strictly prohibited. I take it you're the leader of this rabble? Adjourn this illegal gathering immediately, or else... You, I know your face. Why, you're a Mithril Musketeer. Explain yourself this instant. See for yourselves, my fellow Galka. This is the Humes' twisted notion of justice. Their mouths spew forth the law while their hands reach for a blade. The ones who unjustly imprison Weary and Gumba are none other than the self-proclaimed military police standing here before you. Scoundrels! Don't think we'll stand quietly and let you military police dogs frame our respected Chairman Pale Eagle as well. Stand down! Stand down, I say! Don't do anything stupid! It's enough fun and games. Zeed, I knew you'd come. Ow! I was kind of expecting that. Zeed, what is the meaning of this? Mithril Musketeer 5 Moons, you are under arrest for treason and slander. Is this a joke? The ones who brought forth false accusations against Chairman Pale Eagle should be arrested, not I. Am I not right, Zeed? Zeed? Duly noted, Zach. This loose cannon of yours is a disgrace to the Mithril Musketeers. Our superiors will hear of this. Make no mistake about it. Feel free to do as you please. Needless to say, considering this role as the ringleader, he'll be taken into our custody. I trust there will not be any objections. Zeed, is there not a speck of Galkan pride left in you? Pride, you say? I have pride in what I do, not who I am. I believe I'm hearing this from you, a Galka. What is the source of this commotion? Your Excellency, this man's been arrested for inciting rebellious sentiments within young Galka. This is disconcerting indeed. Would it cost millions of credits? Why, this is a familiar face. If my memory serves me correctly, we're Mithril Musketeer 5... Galag! My name's Galag, and don't you forget it! I warn you, Karst, this isn't over. We Galka will not stand idly while the chairman has his honor defaced. Even if you lock me up, someone else will rise in my place and... Mind your manners before the senator! Ugh. It's enough, officer! Violence will not be tolerated, not even towards detainees and prisoners. I beg your pardon, Your Excellency. Now, Galag, was it? I, Derek Karst, will speak with Chairman Pale Eagle in person, and with the truth for myself. This I solemnly promise. Take him away. Ah, Jedith. Sorry you had to witness what just transpired. In an unfortunate turn of events, suspicion over the plot behind Senator Warner's assassination has been cast upon Chairman Pale Eagle. The Mithril Musketeers were given orders to conduct a preliminary investigation. While 5 Moons has been observed, voicing his belief in Chairman's Pale Eagle's innocence with increasing fervor, no one thought much of it. Until one day he disappeared from headquarters altogether. The rest, well, you've seen with your own eyes. Nicholas, we need to focus on the task at hand. Hello, Seth. Good to see you. With regards to the reason behind 5 Moon's sudden change of heart, do we have anything to speculate upon? Actually, we found a book lying in his room. One that's been causing quite a stir recently. A book, you say? It's a chronicled account of an unsuccessful attempt to capture Darksteel Hurricane, the infamous assassin who shook the very foundation of the Republic several years back. It would appear that this Darksteel Hurricane has attained cult status as of late. He's idolized among the younger generation of Galka as a hero and role model. All people, they choose to idolize a murderer. Nicholas, we're going. Now, if you'll excuse me, Jedith. Okay. So, that was, kind of a strange turn of events there, but, yeah. That's why we don't see 5 moons later on in the, current day. Oh, it's you. You're looking for Captain Clara? She's receiving a guest right now. Senator Karst, in fact. I was specifically instructed not to let anyone through. But hey, it's you! Sir, I beseech you to reconsider. Chairman Pale Eagle hasn't yet been cleared of suspicion. Meeting with him alone under these circumstances would be ill-advised. I am not unmindful of your concern, Captain, but I must honor the promise I made to your men to seek out the truth for myself. Akoya, please come on in. I cannot dissuade your excellence. Please grant me permission to accompany you. While I appreciate your commitment, I cannot allow it. This meeting with Zegrim Hill must be between only myself and the chairman. But sir, with Beastman forces prowling in the Gustavsburg region, precautions must be taken. This discussion is over, Captain. This matter is to be kept in the strictest, confidence. This applies to you too, adventurer. Your Excellency! Captain, is it true 5 Moons is being detained by the military police? I'm afraid so. The new 5 Moons is a great deal more stubborn than the one we used to know. He's been maintaining his silence since arrest. Continuing to do so would be tantamount to admitting his own guilt. Darn it! Volker, where do you think you're going? I'm going to slap some sense back into 5 Moons and then bring him back. You'd only be wasting your time. Only Captain Clara has authorization from the military police to meet with 5 Moons. Furthermore, it wouldn't be in their best interest to release him. Captain, what do you propose? 5 Moons charges are serious. If they stick, I'll be forced to dismiss him from the Miserable Musketeers, to say nothing of the hefty sentence should he be convicted. If he did not break his silence, and soon, there's a precious little I can do for him. Leave him be, Volker. He clearly has his sights set on martyrdom. There's no point going against that wish. Zeed, you of all people. I just had a thought. Captain, if I may. If the allegations of Chairman Pale Eagle's involvement in the assassination is disproved, wouldn't the charges being brought against 5 Moons be lightened, even if nullification is out of the question? Jeth, I have a favor to ask of you. I want you to accompany Volker to Senator Karst's meeting with Chairman Pale Eagle. Captain, Republican law recognizes the gravity of third-party evidence. Therefore, if any fruit comes of the secret meeting at Zegrim Hill, and the chairman's involvement of the assassination is disproved, your presence as witnesses may be pivotal in the case for 5 Moons. Captain! Prepare for immediate departure, Volker. It's a mistake allowing the senator to leave unescorted. Should anything run afoul, protect his excellency with your life. Yes, ma'am. I must first attend to 5 Moons. I will be right behind you, Jedith. Bum, 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 bum. So we're going to go to Zegrim Hill. Zegrim Hill is just inside North Gustavsburg, so. The monument that we have to go look at, apparently. Wonder where that is. J7. Oh, I think the one I know. I think I know which one it's talking about. Before I take a break from it. Well, I'm curious what I'll do then, because I'm hoping that by the time I get around to when I need to take a break from exploration, whenever that will be, I'm not sure when. Whenever that happens, I'm not sure what I'll do. I could do trading, or I could do. I could go into combat, I guess. But combat along itself can also be kind of a drudgery, because you sit in a resource extraction waiting for pirates to show up and start harassing miners. And then I'd like to do something else other than that, if there are other options. I'm sure that's probably the most efficient way to gain combat ranks, but it's like, at some point, it does get a little mind-numbing to constantly be doing that. I would assume that there's like missions I could actually go do too. Okay, I thought it would be like around here. I don't think this is it though. I'm at K8. Oh, we might have to go up higher. A7. Yeah, it's up higher. I gotta go up another level, I think. Okay, there's a lot of options. Well, I'd have to build out a decent combat ship, so I'd have to go looking into what would be a good one to use. I'm not an expert in combat, but I'm adequate. Though I think combat in Elite Dangerous is going to be a whole nother thing, so... Yeah, I think we have to go up another level, so I need to find another incline. Because I think I looked up, because I was looking at, when I was looking at pirate stuff, I was looking at, like, the different combat stuff. When you get attacked by... Oh, wow, this is actually more intricate than I thought. It's like a whole graveyard up here. There's talk of, like, whenever you get attacked, you'll always find somebody who is the ships that are always, like, a couple levels under you, so they're always still fairly hard to fight, more or less. And Matt's here. Interesting. With a python. Well, look at the chieftain, yeah. I bet a young whippersnapper like you thinks what he's got to take up to rough up a beastman or two, eh? From what I see, you still have a few more mountains to climb, sonny. Don't you have to get a certain... I know that certain ships you have to get a certain rank to actually... With one of the... I don't want to say faction. What is it? With one of the militaries to actually buy some of them. Neither of them is locked. Okay. Well, I could certainly take a look into Alliance Chieftain. Please excuse my tardiness. I hope you haven't waited long. And young Gulka gave me a much-needed wake-up call the other day. I had neglected to see the merit of a candid conversation between ourselves in resolving. What are you... Chairman, no! Pale Eagle? Oh, he took the knife. Ow! Senator, Chairman, are you harmed? I'm fine, but the Chairman, he has been stabbed. Oh, was it poisonous? I mean, that was a thick knife. That probably went in 7 inches. My gosh. Chairman! This is nothing to worry about. Senator, now is not the time for civil war. Our citizens, they must be united. I'm prepared to resign from my post. You need but request it. You need say nothing more, Pale Eagle. Your selfless act this day more than proves your innocence. Pale Eagle, be strong now. He's in a serious but stable condition. Fortunately, the assassin missed his vital spots. Can he be transported back to the infirmary? It would be too risky to move the patient now. We must first treat the poison used by the Tonberry, and then wait for the symptoms to subside. Captain, what of 5 Moons? He has escaped detainment. What? That fool! How are we supposed to lessen his charges if he keeps incriminating himself? Zeta is out searching for him as we speak, but thus far he has been unable to track him down. 5 Moons. That is the young Gulka with whom I spoke. My reconciliation with the Pale Eagle has made things possible thanks to him. I will do everything in my power to mitigate his charges. Thank you, Your Excellency. Your reassurance means a lot to us. Our priority now is to locate 5 Moons before the military police do. Who knows what other charges they'll venture to add to his already hefty list. Grauberg. I have a feeling he's heading for Grauberg. What makes you think so? Up there in the hills is an ancestral shrine where the Gulka paid respects to those who gave their lives in their war against the Antika. 5 Moons himself once told me of how the Gulka adults go there to report momentous undertakings to those who have gone before them. I see. Certainly warrants an investigation. Volker, you are to head to Grauberg immediately. I will remain here with Nicholas and tend to Chairman Pale Eagle. Understood. Jedith, come with me. Zach, with a question to Power Play, I was kind of under the impression that's something that you only get into if you really are kind of like sunk into the game, you've had more time with it, and you're kind of wanting to commit to actually doing stuff. Is it still a decent idea to get into one? Because... I mean, yeah, I know about the 2.0 stuff. Only benefits? Okay. Because don't they have like a weekly? It's not like a weekly task, but it's a weekly set of tasks or something that you can do for them. I mean, for the time being, I don't feel like. Okay. Well, I'm kind of in that territory, so yeah, I would have to stay on that kind of that side. Yeah. Right. But the tasks are optional? Okay. I know that at a certain point, the rebuy essentially against another faction. Oh, and okay, there really is no downsides. Okay. Oh, I needed to head to Grauberg, so... Okay, I need to find a survival guide. We want to go this way, actually. Because I know there's something along the lines of if you get destroyed in the area, the special mega ships. There's okay. I'm assuming the benefits just get better and better as you rank up to a point where you kind of hit the cap of benefits. Okay. Yeah, maybe that's something I'll do Tuesday. Is we'll go get a set up. I think we can get down from here. I'm not positive we can. I think we can. Yes, no, nope. Well, that's something we'll do on Tuesday then. We'll go and grab we'll get into a power place. Okay. Is to encourage PvP, but negating the cost of it as such. Fair enough. Well, this weekend, when I have time, I'll go and take a look. I need to get a kind of a build for exploration, and then I can also look into a build for combat. Maybe I'll look into another one for trading or something like that, so I just have 3 builds. Because that's kind of the 3 pillars of the game, right? It's combat, trading, well, mining as well. See, there's trading, there's mining, there's combat, there's exploration, and exploration kind of lumps together exobiology and xenobiology as well. I know that there's also the transportation stuff, but that seems like that's really never been built into very much. Yeah. I think it would be kind of nice to be, to do transport or something like that. But from what I've heard, the ship and locations are not optimal. It's like you can get an Orca, but the Orca requires a large landing pad, and a lot of missions don't let you hit a large landing pad. From what I read. Yeah, from what I heard, the Dolphin was kind of what you wanted to get. Dolphin does medium, yeah. And from what I've heard, the pay is not great. Oh, get faction rank. Okay. Because at some point I'll actually want to do that, because getting faction rank will help me rank up, because I want to get every ship, so I have to do that for. I mean, true. And I guess that would make it so that I'd be able to find other places of other places to go and explore or do combat or whatever. So, it just kind of opens the gate, kind of a setup. Now, how do I get down from here? I'm trying to remember. Oh, I just need to go further along. It's here somewhere. Where is it? There it is. You find them tedious. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what kind of appeals to me about exploration, because exploration, you can just kind of vibe and do it. It can be a little tedious, but the possibility of what you'll find is always interesting. Combat can be diverse, but it can also be very grindy, because you're constantly getting into combat in and of itself. And you always have to be careful about you have to be careful about like how you attack, what weapons you have, and you just have to multitask a bit. Okay. Need to go to Westberg, Rawberg. Second here. Okay. Okay, so we need to go to the one at... Entrance to the cave is the southeast corner of H5. Gotcha. Not far. Oh, duh, it's the cave that we've been to before. Once again, getting my east and west mixed up, which is so weird. I'm afraid I cannot approve of your plan. Blood of the humans will not wash away the past, nor will it cleanse our path for the future. What becomes of the passionate and decided warrior I used to respect? Has your resolve weakened with age? True change cannot be achieved without sacrifice. This is the lesson of the hero Darksteel Hurricane taught us. My brothers, are you ready to reclaim your honor? We're ready! 5 moons, wait! Volker, how did you find me? Chairman Pale Eagle will be cleared of all suspicion. Senator Karst has sworn to personally see to it. What? Karst changed his mind about the accusations? Your words reached him, made him rethink. My words reached him? Now, only the military police has charges against you remain. The captain has promised to do all she can, so let us return to headquarters. Volker, you're still not able to see the big picture. This one incident is merely a drop in the ocean. The oppression and inequality my people have suffered for centuries. All of this still remains. And now a new storm has arisen. And there's no stopping it. My brothers, let us go! 5 moons! Darn him. What am I supposed to do now? Listen to me, Volker. They intend to seize power from the government by taking the Republic's defenses unaware and overrunning key facilities. What? But why are you telling me all this? Should all-out conflict erupt between Hume and Galka, the nation and her citizens will suffer irreparably. Their plan must not be allowed to succeed. Take this with you. It may be of some use. Thank you. The entire nation is indebted to you all. Death, let us make haste. A Nickers wing. Okay. Warp back to Bastok, zone out and zone back in. Whoop! Not that far. Comrade Galog. Successfully detained my Hume superior officer in the musketeer ranks. Good work, Comrade Gio. And done most expeditiously. One of our own. Regretfully, a small handful of our brothers refused to join the cause. They too have been detained as you ordered. And that's most unfortunate. For those who do not know, true freedom cannot be blamed for their actions. I will speak to them myself when the time is right. 5 Moons, cease this folly this instant. Volker. Can't you see that your actions serve only to smear shame upon Galkan honor? Listen to me. With Captain Clara's backing, we can make a direct appeal to the President. We have an honest chance of... Five Moons, is this your intention to detain me also? After all we've been through, to you, am I no different than all the other Humes? Troubling news, Comrade Galog. What is it, Comrade Debeb? We've just received word that the regiments patrolling North Gustburg have been set upon by the Quadav Elite Guard and is currently retreating to the capital. I'll be the regiment given to the cares of Glenog. Seems the task was beyond one of his meager experience. What are the enemy numbers? Quadavs are estimated between 2,000 to 3,000 shells strong, marching straight for the capital this very moment. What? Well, we do not have more than a few units under our command that can be mobilized. What do we do, Comrade Galog? Aye, this is our long-awaited chance. Let the turtlebacks come in their tens of thousands, and makes no difference to us. We, the Galga, will repel their offensive and show the cowardly Humes the true meaning of courage. 5 Moons. Another cutscene, I think? Charge! Volker! Captain, what was that thunderous explosion? Quadav and shield warriors are bombarding us with their siege turrets. Siege turrets? How did they so quickly prepare for siege warfare? The siege turrets... You out for tonight? Good seeing you, Uta. Please come back. I'll see you Monday. Siege turrets were stockpiled within a nearby abandoned mine. Must destroy them or else the city will be reduced to piles of rubble. But 5 Moons is still... Leave him be. He's abandoned the Mithril Musketeers, and his welfare is no longer our concern. I truly understand how you feel, Volker, but we're racing against time. That bombardment was merely a preparatory discharge from no more than 3 turrets. That's not an unreasonable amount for which to deal with which to deal for 5 Moons and his outfit. While 5 Moons holds back the enemy offense, we make for the Rahat silver mines. Zeed has reason to believe that there's great many more siege turrets have been stashed. I know not why the remaining turrets have yet to be included in the Quadav assault, but I dread to imagine the carnage should they be brought to the battlefront. The siege turrets must be destroyed before they can be employed against us. Captain, how will this operation be conducted? The siege turrets are tautly lined with animal hide, making them extremely fire resistant. We'll need to use Ignis powder to destroy them. Ignis powder. Definitely not something you learn about in alchemy class. Due to the not inconsiderable risk involved in the substance, oh good! Beef and broccoli stir fry tonight. Mmm, sounds great. Due to the not-inconsiderable risk involved if the substance were to be placed in the hands of laymen, we will be recruiting the service of the Special Operations Squadron in this particular mission. No one can handle explosives as fleetly and safely as they. The Operation Squadron. The situation is indeed grave when the SOS call is made. That leaves the matter of Ignis powder procurement. The President himself has seen to the release of Ignis powder from the Metalworks munitions storeroom. Captain, if I may be so permitted to assist in its transportation, why I do not claim to be an expert on its application, my knowledge will surely be of some use in handling such a volatile substance. Permission granted. One can never take too many precautions when it comes to Ignis powder. And Jeth, we will need your assistance also during the blasting operation. Operation members will regroup within the Rohat's silver mines where the remaining siege turrets are hoarded. You'll be needing this key to gain entrance. We're relying on you, Jedith. Take a breath, go a little slower. Zeed, Nicholas, Volker, with me! Yes, ma'am. What could go wrong? I could fail the mission, because this one's kind of like what happened when I was playing the Sandorian one. There was a mission where the NPC I had to take care of, I kept getting attacked, so... Let's see how this goes. Ooh. Here you go. Be strong now. Stay with me. Comrade Galag, our deeds this day. Yes, Kyogo. On this glorious day, we restore pride and honor to the Gulkan name. The tale of your valor will go down in history and be retold for all time. I'm happy to hear that. This can't be happening. Okay, so now we need to examine the stone-housed adit again. Start the fight. North Gustaberg, up middle, E9. Okay, so we're gonna actually warp there, because I think it's faster if we go there. Actually, is it? Let me think. Okay, Zach. I'll see you Monday. Oh. Let's go to the Gustaberg front. North Gustaberg. Yeah, so it's going to be E9. Yeah, it is going to be faster to warp to use the book to warp. somewhere around here. Oh, there it is. Jeth, we appreciate your help. The Special Operations Squadron should arrive here with the Ignis powder any moment now. Sorry to have kept you all waiting. That voice. Well, if it isn't Nick, it has simply been too long. Adelaide, the rumors. So it really was you. What are you implying by that statement? That's a rather rude way to treat your lady peer in academia, don't you think? We've awaited your arrival, Chief Sturm. Please allow me to outline the details of the operation. Our intelligence reports indicate that the siege turrets have each been hidden in separate locations, so as to prevent their complete discovery. The role of the Special Operations Squadron will be to swiftly seek out and destroy all turrets before they can be added to the enemy's arsenal. Understood. Now, do we have any data on enemy presence within these mines? I'm afraid that information is not available, but please rest assured our Musketeers will be on hand to deal with unexpected threats. You will now have formed 5 pairs, each consisting of a squadron member and a musketeer escort. Oh, I see. A buddy system wherein each partner watches out for the other's welfare. A splendid idea. I volunteer to partner with Nick. As you can see, I've already been allocated a partner. When are you going to learn to be more honest with yourself, Nick? That stubbornness is detrimental to your health, you know. Then what about Volker? First come, first served, I suppose. In that case, Zeed? Zeed appears to be taken as well. Ah, but your favorite assistant detective here wouldn't let me down. I just know it. Sure, what could go wrong? Phew, what a relief. And just so we're clear on the ground rules, please refrain from engaging in conduct that may hinder my group progress. Understood? Pray that no harm will come to you, Jareth. The operation is commenced. Good luck to all. Okay. Okay, protect the NPC as you run through a maze. God will attack the NPC. Okay, so this shouldn't actually be too hard. Fire in the hole. Let's go ahead and summon our trusts, because I want as much firepower as I can. The intelligence provided by Zeed makes no mention of potential stockpile locations, but deducing from the layout of these mines, one seems must be hidden somewhere in this direction. I just outpace you and take care of everything that's around. Ignis powder is an extremely volatile substance, and thus must be handled with maximum caution. Now, Mr. Assistant, if you would keep those party crashers entertained. Oh gosh, this is going to be harder than I thought. There we go. Their systematic dispatching of the enemy is most impressive, but no time for pleasantries. Let's keep moving. Okay, so I need to not go quite so far ahead of her. They're going to run right to her, essentially. They're going to be around the corner here. Unless you're keen on keeping it prematurely with a true dimension bang, please keep those turtles a good sword's length away from me. Oh, they came up from behind! How dare you? Oh, you've eliminated them all? Oh, and I was intended to test the explosive strength of Ignis powder. Oh well, perhaps another time. At least they don't hit her for very hard. Okay. Out here. Up. Offer. We're overwhelmed. Save me, Nick. Thank you, but if only Nick had come, would have been so much more. I mean, carry on. $62, and we've ran into 3 of the groups. I think we're okay. Right down here, I think. To me, the entire battalion is stationed here within these mines. I would estimate their military presence to be a hell of a lot. Come on. More of them. all gone? Okay. Oh, she took a lot of damage there. Oh my gosh. This is the last group. We might fail this now because they're coming in like waves. Oh, if that's the case, we might have to switch around. Okay, they show up right about here at this intersection. Hopefully I can do it before Adelheid gets overwhelmed. Like them. Nick! Darn it. Yeah, I needed some way to heal her. Boo. Okay. Well, that didn't go well. I need to get a new key, and I need to put Dancer on, I think. If I sub Dancer, then I'll be able to heal. Yeah, we're doing just fine until that mill section, until that second to last one, where she took like 40 points of damage. She took like 40% damage or something like that. Probably could have survived it, but nope. At least I've leveled up Dancer enough that it actually is viable. If I had to switch over to a mage, I don't have a lot of options. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to warp with the book. longer walk if I go out this way. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-da. I can go this way. Be faster. The way I went around before. Oh, I think I need to talk to somebody to get the item to get in here again, right? Solitary ant. Yep. Not about that bit. So I was right before. I had to go out that way so I could get the key again. Well, sheesh. Huh? Lost your silver mine, can you say? We're in the middle of a crisis, so get your act together, soldier. Take the spare here and be on your way. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. Should beat it this time. Takes 500 points. Paso. Do a meditate. Now I feel confident that I can heal any damage that she does take, so we won't run into that problem again. There we go. It is new. Huh, that one actually survived. A little surprised by that. Okay. Is proceeding according to my calculations. The end is in sight. Siege charge is within vicinity. A little more perseverance will see us through. Once again, you are the commended for your fine work. Now, let's celebrate this monumental discovery with fireworks! There we go. Got through it. Woo. Now it's time for Blasting 101. Step 1. Oh! Got knocked off for... Oh, dang it. Ow. Crazy woman. Set to refer time to detonation. 1 minute should suffice. Don't try this. Don't try this at home, children. Go with the gods, Mr. Siege Turret. A 5-star blast, if I do say so myself. Mr. Assistant Detective, we haven't the time for a beauty nap. There's still much work to do, so let's keep moving. You're back, Death. This here is the last of them. Stand back, everyone. I'm going to detonate the charge. Wait, that siege turret. Take cover! Ah! Martina! No, you mustn't go back. Five moons? Martina, are you hurt? I'm fine. What could have caused an explosion of such magnitude? That particular siege turret was loaded with a shell containing an experimental explosive charge with sufficient power to pulverize even the reinforced walls of the battleworks. Now it all makes sense. The time it needed to fine-tune their experimental charge prevented the Quadat from deploying a full field of siege turrets. Please forgive my negligence. I was careless to have overlooked such a simple detail. No one is to blame. I myself merely stumbled upon this fact when I overheard a goblin alchemist speaking of it on my way here. Most important thing is that no one was injured. Thank you, Five Moons. I owe you my life. Well, isn't this ironic? The Hume-hating Gulka comes to the rescue of a Hume. Lay off, Seed. You sure have some nerve showing your face here in front of the captain. Have you so easily forgotten that you're no longer a musketeer, but a worthless traitor? Or have you finally realized the graveness of your offense and come here to submit to justice? I said that's enough! Let Seed say what he wants, Volker. A person bereft of hopes and dreams like him could never understand my feelings. But nothing changes the fact that I was wrong. Wrong to rely on force in a fight against injustice. When I finally came to see the error of my ways, I realized I was trying to further my cause by using the same tool of evil, violence. It's the Hume official who was the object of my animosity. So many young lives were lost as a consequence of my foolishness. Their blood is on my hands. 5 moons. That'll be enough self-admonishment for now. We return to the capital. You included, 5 moons. Captain? Now is not the time for petty squabbles between Gulka and Hume. Never before has there been time when all citizens of Bastok must unite to defend our beautiful homeland from the vile clutches of the enemy. Do I not speak the truth? Yes, ma'am. Okay. And we need to, come in from North Gustburg to Bastok, so we'll go ahead and just run it. Stomach's a little unsettled. Being burps all night. Excuse me. Bum, 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 bum. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. How many times do I have to tell you he's not here? By now, Comrade Galag would have detained all human officers and seized all key facilities in the Republic. That rash young fool. Hurry and take him. Take him to him. Hurry and take me to him. What in the world? Weary. The enemy was allowed to reach the city gate? We were completely outnumbered. We don't know how much longer this gate will hold. Weary, look over there. Huh? The humans have been set free. Has something happened to Comrade Galag? All of you, listen up and listen well. These human officers have been released from detainment. Be assured that I have not forgotten the ill feeling you hold towards the Humes. But no matter how little love may have been between our two races, Bastok is our homeland. Built brick by brick with the blood and sweat of our displaced Galkan ancestors who crossed the seas in search of a safe haven. Now is the time to cast aside our differences and unite under one banner to protect our homeland. Hurrah! Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. What are you loitering around here for? President Prian's about to make an official statement, so head over to the President's office right now. Thanks to your selfish display of courage, the greatest danger ever faced by our nation since its founding has successfully been averted. It is with supreme jubilation that I now stand before you and make this declaration. We have triumphed over the Kudov. But of course, this victory is not without cost. We must never forget our comrades who gave their lives in the line of duty, nor the innocent citizens who fell to the indiscriminate slaughter of the beastmen. Please join me now in a moment of silent prayer to the memory of those who are no longer with us. Thank you. I would like to take this opportunity to make an announcement concerning a matter of great importance. I ask you all to listen well and with open minds. The incident wherein Senator Werner was brutally murdered by a Tonberry assassin. I'm deeply ashamed that suspicion behind the plot was falsely cast on a law-abiding leading citizen like Chairman Pale Eagle. Chairman Pale Eagle is innocent? What's the meaning of this? Senator Karst, if you would be so kind. Listen to what I have to say, everyone. I myself was designated the next victim of the Tonberry assassin. I would have indeed shared the same fate as the late Senator Werner, goddess rest his soul, had it not been for the heroic sacrifice of Chairman Pale Eagle. It is to him that I owe my life. What? The chairman saved the senator's life? The person that brought forth the allegations against the chairman was none other than myself. In spite of this, the chairman threw his life on the line to save me, a man who sought to have him removed from his post. Would the real mastermind behind the assassination plot place another life before his own? For those of you who are still in doubt, a floor plan of the Senator of Defense's office was discovered on the body of the Tonberry assassin. The true culprit behind the assassination has been determined. So Chairman Pale Eagle was innocent all along. I am unreservedly convinced of the chairman's innocence. As president, I wish to offer an official apology and will do my utmost to see him restored to his honored post he so rightfully deserves. And I promise swift and firm retribution against the Beastman Confederation, a confederate, who have orchestrated this fiendish plot to destabilize our fair republic. Stand by me now, for together we are strong. Hurrah! Okay. But, Your Excellency, allowances cannot be made for charges of such grievous nature. Yes, of that I am aware. As a representative of the security office, I therefore duly request the hand over the suspect, Mithra Musketeer 5 Moons. If you could spare just a few moments, I would like to have a word with him. But of course, Mr. President. You have anything to say for yourself? I see. So is your intention to remain silent to the end and make amends for pain by paying with your life? Do you really think you can escape responsibility so easily? You may think it honorable to die, but what of those who are left behind? What of the bereaved families of the many comrades who gladly gave their lives to your cause? What of your fellow Mithril Musketeers who all this time have been scrambling tirelessly to clear your name? Are they to suffer not only the loss of valuable manpower, but also bear the burden of your tarnished legacy? Captain Clara, in this period of turmoil, is it not true that the absence of a single Mithril Musketeer could adversely affect the outcome of battle? Your words do us great honor, Mr. President. Yes, our intelligence gathering capability is highly regarded throughout the entire alliance. Mr. President, I understand your intention, but if I may point out that I knew I could count on your understanding, Dieter. Sir? Now, let's there's no need for overreaction. There's no reason whatsoever to believe this suspect will attempt a vanishing act. So I trust there will be no objections if I were to ask you to leave him in my care until the commencement of court-martial? As you wish, Mr. President. If your Excellency will act as guarantor and provide the pertinent documentation, I will agree to this proposal. But if I may be so bold, the Senate may not be so lenient regarding this unorthodox solution. Your concern is appreciated, Dieter, but quite unnecessary. Now, 5 Moons, or shall I say Galag, are you to resume Mithril Musketeer duty as before? You are to resume Mithril Musketeer duty as before. Understood? If the captain will still have me. The answer to that question is obvious, soldier. Then it's settled. Our nation must never again be divided. Alag, your role in ensuring a unified Bastok will be instrumental. This, I am certain, must rest upon your able shoulders. Yes, Your Excellency. And Jedith. Captain Clara has told me of your part in destroying the enemy war machines and the Ruhat silver mines. You have done our nation a great service. I thank you on behalf of all the citizens of Bastok. Please accept this as a symbol of my heartfelt gratitude. We look forward to your continued support in the future endeavors of our nation. All's well that ends well. 5 Moons, don't you even dare about putting us through such a mess again. Captain, You needn't say anything. Welcome back, 5 Moons. Hey, Zeed, isn't there anything you want to say to 5 Moons? Humph. Same old defatigable Zeed, it seems. Leave him be, as Galka Z2 would have much to think about on the recent happenings. Now, Jedith, as was mentioned by the President, we would like your continued assistance. Can we count on your help in the upcoming operation? Good. I knew we could depend on you. Now, with regards to the next... Captain, are you feeling unwell? It's nothing. Just a bout of dizziness. Nothing more. You've been overexerting yourself recently, Captain. Why, I honestly don't recall the last time you were off duty. A good rest is definitely in order. You may have the right of it. Volker, see the issues as listed on the agenda in my stead. I will not be absent long. Understood, Captain. Death, let's postpone the briefing for now and resume after the Captain has sufficiently recovered. I've never seen Captain Clara in such a rundown state before. Hope it's nothing serious. Oh, and I heard the good news from Chief Sturm. Congratulations on being appointed the 6th member of the Mithril Musketeers. You've made it big, but don't forget about the little guys. It may have been gross negligence, but it was I who let you through here in the first place. Come back here to show your appreciation to yours truly from time to time, eh? I got the Republican Silver Medal. And then we have to wait a game day. We're going to be running out of time before that, so I think we're going to swap over to... Dancer and level up just a little further. If I can break level 50, I'll be happy. For tonight, at least. No. Boom, boom, boo. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. No. Boom, 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 boom. Level 49. Wait. Level 50. Here we go. We got Building Flourish, which enhances potency of next weapon skill. Oh, interesting. And Contra Dance, increases the amount of HP restored by your next waltz. Huh. Okay, I think that's all we're going to do tonight. I'm going to go ahead and head back to town, and we'll call it a night. So, I hope you guys have been having a good weekend. If you're in one of the places where ICE is operating, I hope you've been careful and been safe. And same for family and friends. Honestly, it's lousy out there, but it seems like I'm hoping that we're seeing some of the pressure lift off of you guys now, even if it's piecemeal. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end for tonight. So I'm gonna go back to Bastok and set myself down. Be done. Yeah, but I hope this weekend is gonna be good for you guys. I know that I'm gonna be busy doing stuff, so. Anyway, it's nice to been playing Dancer. Dancer's kind of a nice job to just play. Being able to actually be a support class is nice. Anyway, for those of you who've noticed, well, I probably said this before. I've not been playing Final Fantasy XI as much. I think I burned myself out a little bit, just kind of going through all the story and stuff, as well as playing as often as it was. And now that I've gotten into Late Dangers and stuff like that, I've not been playing nearly as much. I'm hoping to balance things out a little bit more, but yeah, I've not been going crazy with Final Fantasy. Just take a little bit of a breather, still doing the streaming stuff with it, but haven't been playing it a whole lot otherwise. But yeah, we're making slow progress. So Anyway, once again, I'd like to thank you guys for showing up and watching. I really do appreciate it when you guys are here for however long you are. So if you ever have a few minutes or a couple hours, come by, swing by, say hello, and just kind of vibe. That's all I care about, really. If you are feeling particularly generous or something like that, you can always sub, either gift subs to somebody here, or you can sub for yourself. Example, if you have Amazon Prime, wonderful option to use that free monthly sub that they give you for that. If you're feeling even more generous from that, you don't want to pay give half the money to Twitch. I do have a coffee set up now, so the link shows up in the chat stuff as well as underneath at the top part of the screen there. So if you are feeling of donating, whatever you feel comfortable with, any bit helps. So, but yeah, once again, I want to thank you guys so much for that. I hope you guys have a good weekend, and I will wish you all a good night. And once again, I will see you guys Monday. And until then, take care. Bye.